everybody, Mr. Panos. Back again, once again. Hello to the people listening. How are you doing? Hope you're enjoying the start of the springtime. Right now, the summer's finally starting to peep its head over the horizon. We're about to have sunshine. Finally. This winter here in New York City and maybe all over the United States was really sticking around. Like somebody who's in a bad relationship, and she or he, have to be gender neutral here, but tell both sides of the story, don't want to leave the bad relationship, so she keeps staying. Mother Nature, sticking around, even though Dad is beating her. She kept staying here. Finally, it's getting sunny here. This is the time when the springtime comes, and the people who have the bad genes, if you have bad genes and your family doesn't have a very genius immune system, you're going to be having the pollen and all of this stuff from the trees. The trees is secreting. This trees is having orgasms and putting all the pollen and all the dust into the air, and it goes into your face, through the holes in your face, through the mouth, through the ears. And you're sneezing, and you're getting sick. Except for the people who has a genius immune system. And these people never getting sick. The last time I got sick, I was 16 years old. How come this is true? Because let me tell you something, people. United States, everyone's trying to make money in this country. Everybody has something they're selling you to tell you this can help you. Okay, so you're having allergies. Take the Claritin. No, take this drug. Here's another one. You have to get the prescription. This pharmaceutical company is coming up with this drug to take to help you with these allergies. And if not, take this one from under the counter. Over the counter, under the counter, sideways of the counter, money is being made here on the solutions. But what's the real issue? Like most problems that we have, the problem is underneath you. The problem is you're weak. This is the problem. And how come you're weak? It's because you don't go outside and expose yourself to nature. When you have bacteria in your stomach, then the good bacteria kills the bad bacteria. Inside your body, since you're a baby, there's a war happening. A war where you have to have the immune system strong. So, the reason why Mr. Panos, and I've told you this in previous podcasts, the reason Mr. Panos hasn't been sick since 16 years old back in 1837, when I was a children Greek, hanging out there before the Turks were kicked out, because I'm a Greek vampire, 376 years old. The reason is because I eat the dirt. Every once in a while, I go outside and I pick the worm up out of the dirt with some soil in the hand, and I eat it to expose the body to the germs. I'm not scared to put the germs in my face. Do I wash my hands? Absolutely not. I bet you if we had some scientists, some of these science people who ended up doing the study, they go and they talk to somebody who's always washing the hands. Guarantee you, Mr. Panos, Hellenic helicopter of genius, guarantee that these people is getting sick at least once a year. Because they're washing their hands. They don't expose themselves to the germs from the shit. Now me, I never wash my hands. Every time I go to the bathroom, I don't wash the hands. I never wash the hands. Even if you're taking the dog, you have a pet dog, and you put him outside to go number 2 here, and you pick it up with the plastic if you're a good neighbor. By the way, I have some neighbors here who's leaving shit by my house. I set up a camera. I already have the system installed in the house to watch what my daughter's doing. So what I did, I just turned the cameras from the daughter's bedroom and put them outside to catch whoever is leaving their shit on the street, outside my residence, my private residence. I stepped on the shit with my Crocs. I work in the restaurant. I have Crocs. So luckily, they can use the hose to clean them. The shit over there. But if I was wearing my good Kenneth Cole shoes that I wear for we go special nights to dinner with the family, and the shit got caught in the grooves of the rubber, I'm going to kill you. So pick up the shit, people. But I'm putting the cameras out to catch you. But when you take the dog out and you pick it up with a bag, don't wash your hands. You have the plastic there, maybe a little shit seeps through the plastic, gets into the hand. To make sure that you have a strong immune system. And this is how you never get sick here. So summertime is here, almost here, spring. This is the tease. This is the tease. This is what it is. This is the honeymoon phase of the weather. Honeymoon phase, like in a relationship. The first couple of months is the spring and summer. The honeymoon phase of the weather. And the winter, this is the relationship. This is after 6 months when you're sitting in the house and because you want to stay warm and cozy. And you're sitting there eating, getting fat, sitting on the couch, watching the TV. Now the relationship is over. Now you're breaking up and you're back out in the field. Time to go hunting, baby. Time to go to the bar to get the nice young girls, boys. And for the girls, who's kidding? There's not too many girls listening to this here. This is a man's podcast. This is a podcast for men. The way it should be. The men. The people who've been leading civilization for 3,000 years. Now the honeymoon phase is back. This is ridiculous. The people now in the United States criticizing men for creating civilization. What are you supposed to do? They say, oh, they didn't give the women the equal rights in the history. The women, they didn't have Jamaican nannies in 16th century. They didn't have the Mexican cleaning lady, you stupid moron. They didn't have the nanny from Trinidad to get paid $20 off the books to watch your baby while both you and your father, your husband is working. Really, feminists? These feminists, they don't. The most feminist thing you could do is raising your child, being a mommy. This is what nature. You go watch the animals. The mom is watching the child while the lion is sitting sunbathing in the sun. And he only gets up if the animal is too big for the lion to take down. So the women should also be doing the grocery shopping. And the only time that the man should come out is when you get the new jug of water for the water machine. And you need somebody to carry. And the way humans have survived in history is by imitating the animals. We knew to put the jacket on because we saw that the animals had fur. So we cut the fur off the animal after we kill him and we put his skin on. And this is the first Patagonia jacket. And then after that we made the North Face jacket. We survived by imitating the animals because they know how to survive outside. They're the real geniuses outside. And if you watch the animals, the male lion only gets up to take down the big elephant. So next time your wife says, hey, come with me to the supermarket, you say, what are you getting? She gives you the list. You say, no, you and your girlfriends can carry that back to the den here. You're getting the baby, this is a baby gazelle, $3 of cereal, 2 things of eggs, some Faggy yogurt. You can carry this yourself. But when you need me to bring the water bottle, or you need me to bring, all the meats, the deer, for if you live in the country, to put in the freezer, this is when the man gets off the couch. This is nature. You cannot play with nature. This is how it happens. Really? So if you feminists, you believe men and women should be paid equal and both working so they can afford to have somebody else raise their children. This is what it leads to. Somebody has to watch the child. Like, oh yes, we're both working and we just met our son for the first time. He's 15 and he speaks with a Trinidadian accent. Because mommy and daddy had to both get jobs so we can both pay taxes for George Bush and his family and the Clintons and their family to eat all the fucking fish. How many times I'm telling you? We're running out of fish. How much fish Jeb Bush put in his face? Because everybody has a job. If you're a Greek man, if you're a man, or just a regular man, not even superhuman Greek, you need to have a job. But the woman, you don't have to have a job. The baby wants to be with you, especially for the first years. You want to get a job? Go. The baby's going to speak Korean or Jamaican. And he's going to be getting the chocolate milk from the titty because he needs nutrients. Or she. Sometimes people have female children. It still happens. So, somebody has to give you the tit. And the men's tits don't work. We have them here. But Jesus Christ, he shut them off. They don't have anything here. So, we can't stay home to give you this. The baby's sucking on this. There's nothing coming out here, baby. This is an old water fountain from a different era. They don't use the water fountains anymore. You go get the bottled water. So the titty of the mother is the bottled water, and this is the old water fountain. The pipes ain't working. So there's a reason for this. Because Jesus wants the men to go out and take down the baby elephants and bring it back to the mama who's got the children on the tits. Your tits is working. They're open for business. These tits is closed. This just muscles now, baby. Look how strong for a 970-year-old man now. This is muscle. To carry water jugs. The only reason I'm saying water jug is because I can't think of something heavy to carry from the supermarket. All the women in my house do the shopping. Because we're Greek and we're traditional people. Unless it's the water jug, which comes anyway by delivery. So basically, Mr. Panos and my son Yorgi here, we put it in. We carry it from the front step to the water machine, the water cooler. Boom, put it inside. And this is it. There's nothing else in the supermarket that needs to be carried by the male lion. The male lion needs to be working and sleeping and working. Not talk. He doesn't talk to the women. You ever see the lion have a conversation? He gets up to stretch. He gets up to maybe kill a couple of children of his rival. What's the big deal? And then he goes to sleep. And he waits for the lionesses and the women to go kill some animals. This is, we lost this. The women should be hunting. And then also feeding the babies. The men should be doing nothing. Except when there's something to carry. So this is the society we live now. Everybody has a job. Modern society here. Everybody has a job. And nobody lives inside this reality that exists outside of where you're watching me right now. I'm not even real. None of this is real. You know what's real? We're going to die. One day you're going to die. So what's the purpose to life? As a Greek philosopher with a genius inside of my forehead, imitate the animals. Make children. If you're searching for purpose in life, is to make children, just like the animals, just like the strawberries, just like the grass, to keep it going, because Outside of this, nothing. Just like before you were born. Absolutely shut off. The ego cannot handle this because we want to keep going. But the way you keep going is by making the child to keep a part of you here. This is the purpose. This is the purpose. Now everybody lives inside the TV. Everybody's living the internet. So what does this mean now that everybody's inside the TV? Everybody has cameras, everybody's filming, there's TVs everywhere. We're living in this, we forget here, in this simulated reality, we partake in the internet. The one thing that we forgot is that we are pieces of shit. We're human. Pieces of shit. Everyone's pretending that they have these answers. Everyone's a radical, stand up and follow me on my Twitter, my Instagram. No, you piece of shit. Everybody's a piece of shit. Self-interested pieces of shit who's trying to do for themselves. Which is okay if you know this, because then you know this is reality. Because at the end of the day, there's only Mr. Panos and a few other people in history who will stand up for the principle over his own personal interests. Everybody else says, this is my principle, this is what I believe in, follow me. But if you take away his security, you take away his money, you take away his safety, you get him to say anything. He believe whatever you want him to believe. Because everyone's scared to die. And deep down, everyone wants to live. Because deep down, we all know that Jesus set it up. So, there's nothing else. Maybe there is a God. We have this question, very philosophical question. The great Greek philosopher Epicurus, he says, if God is all good and he's all-knowing, and then how come there's bad things happening on the planet? Then he's not all-knowing if he's letting it happen, or if he created it, then he's not all good. He's a piece of shit because he lets bad things happen. But maybe God set this up. How hilarious would this be? This would be a real sense of humor of Jesus Christ. If he actually exists, if there is a God, but when you die, there's nothing, because this is the way he designed it. So maybe both is true. Maybe both is true. There is a God, but for you, there is no God. Maybe he's not even watching. Or maybe he is for his entertainment. But nobody has ever in the history of the world just said what I said. Believe me, I read a lot about this. Because, again, I'm a superior human with a big brain. So I'm always reading. And I have to say, in the history of humankind, there may not be a lot of people listening to this second right here. But I just said something that's never been said. Maybe Jesus is real. Maybe there is a God who created the universe. But maybe he created it to completely vanish. And everything in it to go with it. You know? Like when you have a gum wrapper and you put it in the toilet and you flush it. It's gone forever. You will never see this gum wrapper because it will go to the sea. It'll disintegrate and become no longer a gum wrapper. So maybe there is a God but no heaven. This is what I'm saying for the stupid people who cannot follow, for the morons listening. In summary, maybe maybe Jesus is real, but heaven doesn't exist because he don't want you in there. Who wants people to come to his house? The only people who want them to come to... Listen, if you're Jesus Christ and you're God and you're the perfect thing, you want me coming over your house? You want all the people, you want the Bush family to come and sit with you to ruin the paradise? All these pieces of shit, cockroaches, all your creation. What if the cockroach was good? You know, we covered this in previous episodes. You don't want these people to come to your house. If you're having a party, who are you going to invite? People who's on your level. Have you been to P. Diddy's white party? Nobody's in the P. Diddy's white party who works in the bakery or drives a taxi in the P. Diddy white party. To get inside Puff Daddy party, you have to be celebrity. You have to use expensive lotions on the skin. You have to have money. You have to be famous. These people believe they're better than ordinary people. And if you've been to the party, you see these beautiful people. Either rich people or beautiful people. That's the only way you get into this party. It's not fair. So how come Jesus and God wouldn't not want P. Diddy in his party? Because he's better than them. He has more money because he has infinity. He has infinity, which is better than money. He has the best looks because he's Jesus. So he created good-looking people. So he's not going to make himself ugly. So he's gorgeous, like John Stamos' face was based on Jesus. The original Stamos' face, since he's a Greek, perfect face was Jesus' face. So he's not going to put regular people inside his party. His party is going to be him, Aphrodite, Thor from Scandinavia, a lot of people like this. Poseidon, Athena, and they're having one big orgy 24/7. Drinking Dionysus wine, doing the blow, sniffing some magical, infinite Jesus cocaine. Having a blast, baby. Especially if you have nothing to offer. Why is he going to invite you to the house? He's not going to. So, maybe there is a God but no heaven. This is what we do on this podcast. We ask the questions that's never been asked before. Maybe Jesus exists and he created people, but he don't want to fucking hang out with you. He don't want to hang with you. He want to watch you. Right? Like if you have an ant farm in your house, you watch the ant farm. You don't take the ants outside of the farm, of the ant farm, and bring them with you to skank first. You're not bringing the ants from the ant farm to your party. No, you're going to hang out with the other colors, with the other people who self-harm. This is your people, your friends. And you sit there and you plan a school shooting together. The ants have nothing to do with this. They're just there to be watched. Because they're ants. You don't want to hang out with them. You want to watch them. Are you seeing? Are you listening to the fucking genius I'm telling you here? We have the ant. When you are a little tiny insect ant, you probably think you're the greatest thing in the world because this is all you know is the ant. So in your mind, you're saying, how come this person? Because we the gods of the ants in the ant farm. They know we're here because we're giving them food. They know we're here. The dog knows we're here. Even if you have a tiny mouse and you feed him, you can domesticate the mouse. They know you're here. And in their mind, they're going, when I die, I'm going to be a human. This is what they think. I'm going to be with him because he's my God. But we don't want to fucking hang out with the mouse. He's a fucking mouse. So we, to Jesus and his father and the gods, with the mouse, with the ants. They don't want to hang out with us. They watch us live and die. They keep us alive by providing us the planet and the food. just like we give to the ants. But when we die, we're gone. Because we just there to be watched. Because Jesus has to do something too. Has to have a hobby. What if we just Jesus' ant farm? Maybe this just Jesus' ant farm here. Filled with morons and geniuses fighting it out for the future of the ant farm. This is a pretty good game. And I think the morons, the absolute morons, is winning. And this is fun to watch. It's always fun to watch one genius get overwhelmed by the morons. If you are Jesus from above, you want to watch this hundreds of people. You ever see the bees kill the wasp? The wasp stings one. And he's bigger and stronger, this wasp. And he's more beautiful. But then the bees come and overwhelm him for killing the friend. 1,000 of them. 4 or 5 will die in the process. But this is entertainment for us to watch. So they're watching us like we watch the wasps. So happy springtime to the people. Because now everything's coming out alive again. Mosquitoes, everything. The sunshine. They're coming. Because this is our ant farm. And also, guess what else comes outside? For Jesus and his friends to watch. Human beings. We stay all inside during the winter. And then we come out. And this is why God has always favored people from the Greek area. Because we's a little in Crete, on my island in Crete, and by the Mediterranean, the people is always outside. So Jesus has constant fascination, constantly fascinated by watching the people. But in the United States, during the winter, everybody's inside the houses. And Jesus, the way he designed the universe, he doesn't have 3D vision. He's like a ghost, in the sense that the ghost, for some reason, he's invisible, but he can't go through the wall to walk outside. He's always trapped in the house. Jesus can't see through the house because nothing makes sense. So, he turns off the channel. Channel America? Turned off. From, the north. He's watching Miami. He's watching Florida. You ever wonder why Florida is so crazy? This is God's reality TV channel. The sun is out. But he shuts off the channel. Chicago, shut off. Bam, bam. And they're killing each other in the summer. So this is what he wants to see. In the winter, everybody's inside because it's too cold. And that's the winter is when God shuts off the channel. Because we're Jesus' ant farm, baby. So get ready for the summer. Have some fun while you're still on the ant farm here. And then, when it's all finished, channel goes off. Stay Greek, baby. We'll speak to you next time. The truth is only here